So I'm making another tech video because I'm a nerd. Glasses, random lava lamp. Today I'm talking about mobile phones. I've had a few in my time, as you can see here. This is just a few examples. I'm going to run through my experiences with the products and give you, my opinion on what the best value for money phone is out there at this time. We will begin with the oldies. Now the oldies, they don't really need all that smartphone shit. A lot of them just like, hey, does it make fucking calls? If you got someone like that in your life, you can't go past the old Nokia series. These old brick phones all the way back to the 3315, fucking excellent. You can throw them at a brick wall, catch it and make a call with it straight away. It doesn't even phase it. Drop it in water, you don't even have to put it in rice. Literally just go like that. Dry the battery off with like a tea towel, put it back in and off you go. Fucking excellent phones, and they're about 30 bucks and you just can't go wrong. If you're just looking to make calls, those old Nokias, you can't go past them. We move along to the smartphone era. Now the Huaweis, great value for money, but they're fucking shit. I mean, I've had a couple of the Huaweis. This is one of the first ones I got, and this particular one, I'll let you get a good close-up of it. If you ever see this on sale anywhere, just don't buy it. The touchscreen barely works. Like, half the time you're going, and nothing's happening. It's an absolute piece of shit. I've tried a few other of the other Huaweis. I don't have them here because I literally gave them away because very quickly they become obsolete, and a lot of the time their touchscreen actually tends to get a lot of scratches and just completely wear out. I haven't had a Huawei for over 6 months and been happy with it. It usually gets to the 6 months part and I've got to buy a new phone. So I moved along to Android. Now you may notice that these phones look a lot like the early Samsung Galaxy phones, and that's because they're actually the exact same phone. These only cost me about 150, 200 bucks, and they retail now for about 80 bucks. So if you want one of those earlier Samsung phones, get the Android, or even with the newer ones, they're still making the Android equivalent. There's no point to go with Samsung. Samsung is basically just a brand that adds a couple $100 to the price tag because they've got to recoup funds for all the advertising and all the other shit that they do to try and sell their knockoff pieces of shit. I'd go with Android over Samsung any day of the week. They work exactly the same and are the fraction of the cost. So if you're an Android person, you just can't stand Apple, go with the Android branded phones. They're usually at least the same, and sometimes they have wider ranges which have even better phones. So you're spending $600 or whatever on a long plan with a Samsung, you could have just got the Android and saved yourself a big headache. But in my opinion, the best phone, and even though I'm a person who whinges a lot about Apple, I have to admit the iPhone 5 is probably the best phone, value for money, that you're going to get out there. It still works today. People are going to be saying, oh, the iPhone 6. The problem with the iPhone 6 is it's gimmicky. It's not like a million times better technology-wise than this phone. It's a lot better, but in unnecessary ways that, if you're just a little bit more patient and not such a fucking now little shit, you can deal with this phone. It still works pretty fucking fast. It doesn't take a minute for fucking Facebook to load like people tell me it does. It literally takes under 10 seconds, and that's quick enough. And for about 300, 250 bucks, you can't go wrong. I've had this thing for 3 years. A few problems with the charger plug, but that's an easy fix. It's usually like $10 at a little, Chinese store, and they just take the dust out of there and it's all good. But if you want a phone that's just reliable, does everything, go with the iPhone 5. I wouldn't bother with the 6 because see how this is thin, small, fits in your pocket perfectly? The 6 does not. We remember the whole bending thing, and if you just look at the thing, like I've held one, and you literally have your hand like this and you're still barely on the edges of it. Like one slight knock and that's $1,600 down the drain. Whereas this thing, perfect. Look at that. Just fits the hand perfectly. So in my opinion, if you're going to get a smartphone, value for money, go with the iPhone 5. It knocks the socks off of everything else for value or money. So that was my tech opinion for the day, and I'll be back later on in the day with a really retarded video. Thank you for watching.